I spent 4 hours in Manhattan with no plan, and this was the day. So first I took the subway into the World Trade
New York
Center
City.
train station and got out, and immediately
We're
walked
there.
across the street to go check out the World Trade Center and the World Trade Center Memorial Pools. So this was the
Pretty
beginning of
tall.
the day.
We're in New York. I've got 4 hours, 3-ish hours here. And I'm just gonna do some walking around. Maybe go grab some lunch, maybe grab a beer, see where it takes me. I don't really have a plan. Maybe I'll run into Gary Vee or Casey Neistat, and we'll hang out all day. It's pretty likely.
Taking the subway into the World Trade Center station from New Jersey is a super cool experience because the first thing you see when you get out is the World Trade Center Memorial, and then you can look up and see the World Trade Center Tower, the new one. These two reflection ponds are from the original footprints of the World Trade Centers. It's pretty impactful to sit there and kind of see how much space they took up, but this is me walking through the lower part of Manhattan. I realized later that I'd switched the settings on my camera to time lapse or recorded a lower frame rate, so it didn't actually pick up any of the audio. So this is a bunch of B-roll of different streets that I walked down. My goal was to make it up north to a bar called McSorley's, which is the oldest pub in Manhattan. It's an old Irish pub, and I'm walking here through Little Italy dramatically. So I'd never really walked through Little Italy before, but it was really cool to see all the restaurants and all the outdoor seating on the sidewalks. This place is really nice and colorful and full of a lot of energy because people were walking around and having lunch and stuff. So this was a nice area to walk through as I was making my way up north.
Just changed the, I guess the setting. I don't know if the other videos were lower quality, but now I'm starting from scratch, I guess. Yeah, just walking through town, heading over to Bowery Street.
So I don't really have a narrative to this video other than I really enjoy walking through Manhattan, and I just wanted to get some steps in and kill some time while I was waiting on my girlfriend to get back home so we could go to a party.
Taking a detour. Gonna go see Shopson's. I'm gonna tell you about this place. There's a bridge. And I don't know which one it is, but there's a bridge. I think we're going here. Essex Market.
So I'll tell you a little bit more about Shopson's in a minute, but they are located in the Essex Market. This is just a kind of a diner situation, a small
There it
restaurant
is.
pop up here in this market. This is their very large menu that is pretty famous. They got a bunch of random dishes on here. And they also have this beautiful poem that was on the original building about the Party of Five, and I'm going to read it. You could put a chair at the end or push the tables together, but don't bother. This banged up little restaurant where you would expect no rules at all has a firm policy against seating parties of five. And you know who you are. A party of five. It doesn't matter if one of you offers to leave, or if you say you could split into a party of three and a party of two, or if the five of you come back tomorrow in Richard Nixon masks and try to pretend that you don't know each other. It won't work. You are a party of five. Even if you're a beloved regular, even if the place is empty, even if you bring logic to bear, even if you're a tackle for the Chicago Bears. It won't work. You are a party of five. You will always be a party of five. 100 blocks from here, 100 years from now, you will still be a party of five. You will never savor the soup or compare the coffee or hear the wisdom of the cook and the wit of the waitress, or get to hum the old tunes, among which you find no quintet.
All right, it's a little early to eat, so I didn't grab any food yet, but I wanted to come by here because Shopson's has has made a huge impact on me. So I'll just tell you about it as I'm walking. There's a documentary called I Like Killing Flies, and it came out, I don't know, maybe in the early 2000s, and it was one of the first documentaries I had seen on Netflix streaming, actually, which is it's kind of funny when they first started streaming. Anyways, it was about this restaurant here in Manhattan called Shopson's, and this guy, Kenny Shopson, that ran it was this super interesting character, and it's probably my favorite documentary. Definitely go watch it, but it really inspired me in the food world and cooking and stuff, and I just had to come check it out. They closed their original location, and now this is just like a little stand or like a little counter cafe inside of this larger food complex, the Essex Market. But yeah, man, it's one of those things that really is iconic New York to me, and I think about it every time I come here, and I've never been, so unfortunately not hungry yet, so I'm not going to eat, but I definitely had to go pay respects and go check it out. So I came in to the city for just about 4 hours. I'm just walking around. Really, this is what I like to do in New York. I've only been here a handful of times, but every time I come, I just love the energy and just everything about it. It's so much larger than pretty much any other city in the world. Taller, or at least any other city in the States. But I just like walking around, checking out spots, eating food, drinking beers. And so I decided to do a little solo trip by myself. We're coming up on it here, McSorley's.
It's McSorley's Old Ale House. It's 170 years old. It opened in 1854. It's cash only. Super cool, super
Hey,
old
how's it going?
school.
Good. Can I get light? I got 2 beers, light and dark, and they give you 2 at a time. Cash only.
So yeah, this place is awesome. They have 2 types of beer, light and dark. They serve them 2 at a time. They're not like
Great
full
beer.
pints or anything, but they are just super good tasting beers and a really simple concept. Tons of old stuff everywhere. This place, again, is 170 years old, so lots of stuff to look at.
This place is steeped in history. It's fucking awesome. You got all these old relics.
And I actually pulled up some old footage that I had the last time that I came here. I took it, and this is me and my girlfriend Jody. It was in the middle of winter, so it was freezing, but we always come in here anytime we come to Manhattan. And again, this is one of my favorite beer bars in the country, if not the world, and I just love it. This is them pouring the beers. They pour them pretty aggressively, so they have a lot of foam, and they just serve it to you 2 at a time, 2 for $8 or 1 for 5. This is me drinking the dark, but I always get both. So if you're ever in Manhattan and you want to stop by this place, come and drink 4 beers. It's dope. So the last time we were here, it was over the Christmas break, so it was all decked out in Christmas decorations. I tried my best not to film any of the customers inside because I was asked not to, but they've got sawdust on the floor, which is a super old school thing in bars, and yeah, it's just got a really cool vibe, man. I highly recommend.
So I just left McSorley's and I talked with the owner for a while, Gregory, and was talking about entrepreneurship and running a business, and he ended up giving me a shirt and some postcards, which was crazy. Very, very thankful. That was awesome. Again, one of the coolest places in Manhattan. I will return there every single time that I'm here. And yeah, now I'm just walking down, feeling a little hungry now, so I think I'm gonna go to Katz's. Never been. Yeah, it's just something about the city, man. It's all the nooks, all the alleys, the buildings, obviously. You know, in this part of town, it's not quite as like built up. There's more residential buildings and stuff, but it's got a good vibe. I could see myself living here. All right, I have a conundrum. I'm near Katz's, never been, wanna go, but I also wanna eat some Chinese food. And there's a place called Wo Hop that is dope. So I'm gonna make an executive decision when I get to Katz's, see how busy it is. If it's busy, I'm gonna go to Wo Hop and get the lo mein noodle that I've been craving for about 4 years. And if not, then I'm gonna get a pastrami on Ryan. I just gotta point this out. Tiki Tiki. What could that be? Bus jam. Tiki Tiki, crepe, waffle, churros, and more. Very tiki. All right, we got Katz's coming up, but it's looking pretty rough. Yeah, this looks like the line for Katz's, and I'm not feeling it, so let's go to Wo Hop. Boom. Just walking down another street in Manhattan. All kinds of stuff. Clothes, restaurants, clothes. Noki on 9th. There you go. Getting my steps in. I think I've got like 13,000 or something right now. Shooting for 30. Just walk through a little green space here in the middle of the big city. Man, this whole city is just concrete, but every now and then you'll find these little green spaces. It's not much, but it's cool. I like it. I like seeing a little green. I wanted to go to Central Park, but that's like miles away, and I don't feel like jumping on the subway right now. I want to keep walking, so I'm just gonna stay in this area, I think. These pigeons everywhere. That's a bridge. Is it Brooklyn? I don't know. You tell me. A big ass fucking building right there. Getting into Chinatown. Love this little painted street. Little back alleyway.
So this is me just walking through Chinatown trying to get to the restaurant, and it's a little overwhelming because there's just stuff everywhere to look at, but cool sights, lots of restaurants, lots of retail shops and all kinds of stuff, so it's never a dull moment.
Hockey. I see it. Another line situation. Well, that was another jam. Another long line that I don't have time to wait for, so gotta grab some food elsewhere. A little basketball action.
After being jammed up with another line situation at Wohop, I was walking around and was still pretty hungry, so I found this Chinese restaurant and decided to go in and grab some pork lo mein. I went in and it was packed, and they set me in this table with another family, and yeah, it was kind of awkward. I did get a complimentary hot tea, which was nice, but ordered that pork lo mein and got it, and it was pretty solid. Granted, it wasn't quite as good as Wohop. If you're ever in Manhattan, I do recommend going to Wohop. That place is awesome, but I sat there and I crushed my plate of pork lo mein and looked for some spicy, so I added chili oil to it, and again sat there awkwardly and filmed myself with a lavalier mic on, and then I got out of there.
All right, I just crushed that pork lo mein. Now I'm gonna go catch the train back to New Jersey. Well, it's been real. Been walking around all day, well, a few hours now. Gotta go catch the train from the World Trade Center, go back to New Jersey, and get ready for this party. Got a little wedding ceremony. Courthouse of the United States, too. It's a big deal. Sebret. Around every corner is a building. They got lots of them. Out Brooklyn Bridge. It's a lot of people. And we are right back where we started. We're about to get to the train station underneath the World Trade Center. This is, yeah, it's been a good day. All right, 17,000 steps. We have walked north and east. We went to, we saw Shopson's. We went up to McSorley's. Went down to Wohop and Katz's, but they were too busy, so we just went to another Chinese restaurant. Ate some pork lo mein. I think it's time to call it. Maybe one more drink real quick. Well, if that ain't the damnedest sign, I think we'll grab a beer. Oh wait, look at that line. Everywhere, lines here, man. It's worse than Austin. I'm not trying to wait in line for a beer. All right, let's just go catch the train. path to New Jersey. Take me. Unless there's a bar in here. If there's a bar in here, I'm getting a drink. As long as there's not a line. I'm sick of these lines. I see a sign that says happy hour. Tell me it's so. Is it happy? Maybe. Oh, we got it. We got it. Ready to get back.